Chowan back at home here this afternoon as we bring you Chowan and Lee's McRae. These two teams go back a ways to the junior college days. Both girls teams come in at 5-15 in the conference and playing for a chance to get in the conference tournament. A loss here today by either one of these teams really damages their chances with 2 games left in the season. This Gaddis Hodges, which is always here at home, is Chowan playing Lee's McRae today, the Bobcats and the Hawks. Let's go courtside as we always do and catch up with Coach LaToya Jones and her thoughts on today's game with Lee's McRae. Well, after a 2-game road swing, Chowan back at home today, and a lot to play for here as the Hawks close out the regular season today and on Tuesday with Limestone. Lee's McRae today. I'm joined here by Coach LaToya Jones. And, Coach, I look back to Wednesday night down in central South Carolina. Not a lot of Chowan people in the stands. Your team goes on the road. Doesn't quite play as well as you would like in the first half. You're down 6 at the break. But you come out in the second half and shoot 62% in the third quarter, 13-21. What kind of changes, or did you make any changes at the break that helped this team get loosened up and play better in the second half?
Yes, I think we just came out slow. We came out kind of flat. I think that we got into early foul trouble. And they were hitting free throws, and they really had a lot of energy. But at halftime, I just had to settle them down and get them back mentally focused. And I think that that's what changed the game. And they actually followed the game plan second half, so that helps.
It was a huge win for your team. You stay in contention now to get in the conference tournament, and it's all in front of you like you like. You hear coaches say all the time, it's in our hands. And pretty much it is, with the exception maybe Erskine, who's tied with you along with Lee's McRae at 5-15, and that's what you want, to have your opportunity to get in that tournament. Then anything can happen. Has this opportunity to continue in postseason energize this locker room this week?
Yes, we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot of adversity. We've been through a lot of change, and through all of that, to know that we still have a chance to get into this tournament, I think that has really energized them.
Coach, we were talking about shooting early in the year. This team has shot a lot better here in the second half of the season, with the exception of maybe the Southern Wesleyan first half. But first time you played Lee's McRae, that bugaboo came up. You only shot 26.6% on the road, which was right after Christmas, I believe, and fell in that game by 2. Is that shooting got to improve here today, or can you win this game shooting that lower percentage?
No, we definitely have to make good decisions. Shot selection, whether or not you make or miss, it's all about making the right decision. Sometimes we get caught up in rushing our shots and all those different things too. So I think that we got to just try to attack the basket. We got to just, move the ball quick and then sprint the floor. I think that we just really need to set the tone.
When I look at this Lee's McRae team, I was watching them warm up, but I look at their numbers here earlier this week as I prepare for this game. You're going to have a size advantage down inside against this team, and they have struggled when I say they, Lee's McRae on the glass at 10th in the league and rebounding. Can you exploit that with Robinson and Hopkins down in the low block?
Yes, I think we did that last time too. I just think that you just got to be fundamental on things like that, and Lee's McRae is a very fundamental team. So as long as we box out and get the position, I think that we can compete down there.
I think one concern when I look at it as well, and a lot of times stats don't always tell you the number. The one that I think a lot of times does tell you the number is the turnover department. Lee's McRae's very good. They forced a league-high 19.6 rebounds per game. So the team's got to make sure they take care of the basketball. Has that been an emphasis last couple of days?
Absolutely, yes. They are a very scrappy team, and they play defense hard. And so we understand that from last time. I think down in the minutes where we could have won that game, those turnovers hurt us.
Yeah. Well, getting out of the block, setting the tone today will be huge.
Yes.
Coach, congratulations on getting to this point. Let's see if we can close the door.
Thank you so much.
And it's Coach LaToya Jones, whose team being introduced down below us here as she'll start today. Mariah Coker, Isis Barrett, Brianna Copeland, Amari Hinton, and Kiefer Hopkins. It's a little bit of a change in what we've seen in the past, and I was talking to Coach Jones about it after the interview. She made that move when she went on the road last week, and it seems to have worked for her, and we'll see if it works here today. Lee's McRae will counter with Jayla Holloman, a 5'5" freshman from Goldsboro at one guard spot. Michaela Smith, a 5'6" freshman from Monroe, will start the other guard spot. Destiny Johnson, a 5'7" sophomore from Lincoln, North Carolina, starts at one forward spot. She's the leading scorer on this team at 12.2 a game. Tiana Schiff, 5'6" sophomore from Mount Airy will start the other forward spot in the middle. Malika Myers, a 5'11" junior from Winston-Salem, will start in the middle for Coach Keith Jennings, who's in his third year. He's 32 and 52 on the bench here at Lee's McRae. Chowan's Latoya Jones, her fourth season. She's 54 and 51 since taking over the job here due to the departure of Pat Mashuda here 4 years ago, and he left to be a part of the Kent State program before coming back here to take over the AD spot. So we're set to go here. Conference Carolina action. Big game here this afternoon for both of these teams. Chance to play in the conference tournament on the line for both of these teams. Lee's McRae won the earlier meeting back on the 18th of January, 55-53. The Hawks had a poor shooting day up in the mountains of North Carolina, shooting only 26.6%. Let's see if they play a little better here today. Here's Hinton at the high post. Spin move inside and going to be fouled, I believe. Foul is going to be whistled on Malika Myers. And for Myers, going to be her first and a team first. And it saved a travel call against Hinton. Not a lot of people in the building here at the Helm Center today. I mean, not many at all. And it's got a big day here on campus as Hinton makes the free throw to give Chowan a 1-0 lead. But a big day here on campus, scholarship day, a lot of business here on campus, but not many in the Helm Center right now. And, of course, we got two big conference basketball tournaments, high school basketball tournaments going on down the road in Ahoskie, which is about 15 minutes away. It's probably drawing some of the crowd as well. As Hinton can't convert on the second free throw. Lee's McRae clad in all green today, trimmed in gold. And gold comes front court with it. Working out front is going to be Michaela Smith, and Holloman that is, and her pass intended for Smith is taken away by Coker. Back the other way. Hopkins can't convert on the layup. Taken out by Lee's McRae and working front court with it's going to be Shuff. Shuff across the timeline. We saw her shooting here prior to the game. Young lady really likes to step back and shoot the three. Here's a jumper off the right, just inside the arcs, up and good by Destiny Johnson. Johnson, the 5'7" sophomore, leads this team in assists, scoring, and steals. She's got 99 steals on the year. She also averages 12.2 shooting per game. Here's Hinton at the high post in the lane. Kicks it back out to Hopkins. Top of the key. Keeper far side. It goes to Copeland in the corner to Coker. Coker will be the senior honoree here coming up on Tuesday night. Here's Hinton's jumper. 15 feet away. No good. And good block out underneath for Johnson in front of Isis Barnett for the Lee's McRae rebound. Once again, just underway here from Chowan. A lot of excitement is going to have to be made by both of these teams today because not many fans. And here's Barnett on the wing trying to stop the penetration here on the near side by Holloman, and she'll pick up the foul. Chowan's going to go to the bench real quickly. Destiny Robinson will replace Barnett in the lineup. For Barnett, her first foul, team first. And Lee's McRae will inbounds right in front of the Chowan bench. Johnson will pull the trigger on the inbounds. And she'll look and get it out front to Smith. Michaela Smith. Smith back on the near side to Shuff. Her long three is no good. They go to the rack. Hopkins with a good block out underneath for the board here for the Hawks. Off to Coker. Coker works through traffic coming forward to Copeland. Copeland will run along the baseline is short. They crash the boards. Rebound comes off to Robinson. Back out to Hopkins. She'll take it in the lane. We got a foul out on the perimeter, says the official on the far side. He'll indicate the foul to be against Jayla Holloman for Lee's McRae. So the Bobcats charged with two personals here in the first 2 minutes and 1 second here from Chowan. They lead it here at Chowan 2-1. This is the only second meeting between these two teams in women's basketball. Coker with three out on the left is good. Mariah dialing up long distance with her 42nd three ball of the year. She comes in averaging 31% behind the arc. She's given Chowan a 4-2 lead. Here's Stuff inside, and she'll turn around and score. Shuff, that is. Tiana Shuff with a basket inside, and we're tied back at 4. Coker near side to Copeland. At the high post to Robinson. Inside to Hinton. Hinton lost the basketball. Recovers. Kicks it back out to Coker. Coker to Hopkins out on the left. Keeper one dribble to Coker. Top of the key. She'll fire another three. This is off the back of the iron and bounced up and fell in. Let's see now. Did the shot to come before the foul underneath? As the official's going to confer, and it's going to be foul against Amari Hinton on the push-off, and they're going to nullify the basket here by Coker. Mariah's shot hit the back of the iron, went straight up and hit the front of the rim and fell back in, but Mari Hinton got called for the push off underneath as she shoved to the floor, trying to get inside position. Here's a steal by Coker in the backcourt. Took it away from Smith, off to Hopkins. Her layup is good, and Chowan's back in front. Here's 6-2, and a good steal by Coker. Forces a second turnover for Lees McRae in this first quarter. They did go back and count the three-pointer now for Mariah, who's got 6, and Chowan's got a 9-4 lead on the Hopkins' first bucket of the afternoon in transition. Here's a little give and go to Smith inside. Blocked away by Robinson, recovered by Coker. Nice job by Destiny Robertson on the block. Coker's there to claim it for the Hawks. She'll maneuver front court to Copeland in the corner. Hopkins dialing up a three ball off the mark. Rebounded on the far side by Shuff for Lees McRae. Bobcats moving in front court. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Shuff all the way to the rack. Missed the layup. Rebounded by Hopkins. Behind the back dribble by Hopkins. She'll maneuver at front court. Hands it away to Coker. Mariah's got a wide open looking at three. Got it! Mariah's 3 for 3 out of the gate beyond the arc. And Chowan's got a 12-4 advantage here early in this one. In a game they need to keep their tournament hopes alive. Chowan wins their final 2 games. Erskine loses at Belmont Abbey, and Chowan's in the tournament. Here's an answer back the other way from Destiny Johnson. Her three ball out on the right is pulled Lees McRae within 5 at 12-7. As we just inside of 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. Copeland working on the right wing. Brianna's just second start this season inside the hit. She can't handle the pass from out front. Steele going back the other way, but it's going to be Shuff. Shuff will pull up and let her teammates catch up with her because she didn't have the numbers working against the Chowan transition defense. Holloman will pat herself on the head. Young lady from just down the road in Goldsboro, played at Wayne Country Day High School. Will take it to the rack. Her layup's a little strong, no good. Hinton's going to grab it off the glass for Chowan, hand it away to Coker. Mariah's off to a good start. She's going to dial it up again. Got it again! How about 12 for Mariah out of the game? 4 for 4 here. And Chowan's got a 15-7 lead. Here's a steal by Hopkins in the backcourt. Her layup is no good, but she's going to the free throw line, and she got fouled after the steal. 3 turnovers now for Lees McRae. That foul, by the way, is being called on Malika Myers, I believe. Let's see, and it will be Myers in her second. So Coach Keith Jennings will go to his bench and make a couple of changes. Also, the Hawks will make a change as he insert Monique Jones to replace Amari Hinton. Into the lineup is going to be Davinique Campbell, 5'11 freshman, averaging 7.7 a game, leading rebound on this Bobcats team. She's also in the lineup. Also coming in the lineup for the first time as Hopkins misses the free throws is going to be Jessica Henderson, a 5'5 freshman from just up the road at Chester, Virginia. And also looks like Aurora Roberts in the lineup. Is yet to catch her number. Hopkins makes the second of 2 free throws. Keeba's got 3 on the afternoon. She'll step out of the lineup. Olivia Gaither will get in. Gaither from Fredericksburg, Virginia, averaging 6.9 a game. Chowan's got a press here in the backcourt. Kind of a 3-quarter court press. Johnson looking to get it front court. Loops into Shuff just across the timeline. Back to Johnson. They step in the backcourt here. As Johnson she left in the air but didn't land in the right spot. That becomes the 4th giveaway here by Lees McRae in this first quarter. Chowan's making them pay here early, lead by 9 at 16-7. Little loop inside to Robinson, and they get the foul on Destiny Johnson prior to the shot, trying to hold Robinson, who was behind her, going to the rack. Johnson's first, team 4th. And we got a media timeout. That'll get us to our first media timeout. The Hawks with the lead 16-7 with 4:53 to go in this first half, and we'll try to take a little break here and come back and bring you the remainder of this quarter as Chowan in front here at home against the visitors from out of Banner Elk, North Carolina. That sounds familiar to a lot of the Chowan folks. Lees McRae and Chowan were junior college opponents back in the day. Back for more after this short timeout on GoCUHawks.com.
Good to have you back again, especially.
Exciting in-game contest where you win great prizes. We'll have photo booth, Facebook.
Picture perfect, you don't need no Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen cooking up, get your own bread. Heart full of equity, you're an asset. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Shout out to your mom and dad for making you. Standing ovation, they did a great job raising you. When I create,
back to action here at
use.
Chowan, where the Hawks lead it 16-7 and have the basketball. Here's Robinson trying to go inside. She got bumped by Johnson. That's her second. If it's on Destiny Johnson, it will be. Officials calling it a little bit close here in the early going. And it's turned out to be to Chowan's benefit because that's a 15 foul, and Destiny Robinson's going to have 2 free throws coming here.
Destiny Johnson for Louise McRae. That's going to be her second. Destiny Robinson's going to go to the line.
So here's Robinson going to the line, and Keith Jennings will go to his bench to get Destiny Johnson out of the lineup. And he'll turn to Brianna Wright, the 5'6" sophomore from out of Wissett, North Carolina. As Robinson's free throws rattles home. Destiny this season hit 56% of her opportunities from the strike. 35 of 63 starting today. And she makes both. That'll help the average. First 2 points of the afternoon. She had 4 of these 2 teams played back in January, but coming off a 17-point performance down at Southern Westing. Here's a near turnover in the backcourt. We've been covered right on the far side. Not many starters left in the lineup here for Keith Jennings here as we play 4:30 to the 4:36 mark of this first quarter. Gaither trying to put pressure on Henderson out on beyond the perimeter. Shoved to the rack. Their shot's blocked, but Robinson got a piece of the arm in doing so. For Destiny Robinson, it'll be foul number 1 and the 3rd team foul for the Hawks in this first quarter. Hawks with an 18-7 lead here early in a game they really need. Chowan, along with Lise McRae and Erskine, all at 5 and 15, and that 8th spot that gets you in the final spot for the tournament. Of course, Lise McRae and Chowan here today. A Shuffle's free throw is good. But Erskine is tied as well. Erskine is at Belmont Abbey today, who leads the league at 19 and 1. As Shuff makes both free throws. 4 for Shuff, and it's 18 to 9. Chowan has scored double here. Here's Coca back to Gaither. She's got it wide open looking at 3. Hers will not go. Rebounded by Monique Jones. Jones lost the basketball going back up. We got a tie up underneath. And the possession area, I believe, is pointed Chowan's way. Or correction, Lise McRae's way, and it will be. So Jones couldn't hold it inside. Chowan out of the gate here early at 5 of 10 from the floor and 50%. Lise McRae, who's turned it over 4 times, she's 3 of 7 for 42.9%. Looping pass, cross court to Brianna Wright from Shuff. Now they'll get it on the corner to Henderson. In the corner, 3-pointers on this way out of the hands of Devonique Campbell. And the long rebound comes off to Olivia Gaither. She's fouled immediately. Trying to steal the basketball is going to be Brianna Wright. And for Wright, it'll be. So we'll walk the other way. We'll Gaither shoot a couple of free throws. That's 16 fouls now for. So it doesn't really matter once you hit 5 here in the corner. So here's Gaither to the line. Olivia 59% this season. She missed the first free throw. She comes in averages 6.9 a game. She's had a tough time shooting the ball this year beyond the arc. She's 24 of 133 this year. So just 21%. And she makes the second free throw. Showing now a 10-point lead at 19-9 with 3:55 to go in the quarter. Here's Wright caught up in the backcourt. Here's a pass going front court. It's going to be thrown away for the 5th turnover here. As Shuff was looking for a breaking right back the other way, and she threw it in the wrong direction. Turnover gives it back to the Hawks, who've done a lot with the turnovers here in this first quarter. As they lead at 19-9. Gaither with it on the right wing. Ball high above her here. Gets it inside to Robinson. She'll take it to the rack. A little strong. No good. Rebound comes off into the hands of Campbell. Campbell, the leading rebounder, lost it but recovers, and we got a reach-in foul coming here against Chowan. Foul's going to be whistled on Destiny Robinson, I believe it is. Going to be Destiny's second. And Coach LaToya Jones will quickly insert Amari Hinton in the lineup to get Robinson out. To risk picking up that 3rd foul. LaToya Jones has got that look on her face. You can't foul that far away from the basket. But still, You see it every day on every level. You can preach it, but kids continue to make that mistake. Here's the jumper in the lane. It's up and good by Jessica Henderson. The young lady out of Chester, Virginia, averaging 5.8 a game. She's been able to close the gap here for the Bobcats, who trail 19-11. First time Lee's McRae's women's team has ever played here at the Helm Center. Here's Coker, runner in the lane, rolls around, no good. Coker can finally missed a shot, but she hasn't missed beyond the arc yet. She's 4-4 beyond the arc. Missed it there from about 8 feet away. So the Bobcats with the basketball, a chance to get a little closer here. This is Campbell, and she's going to travel with it, says the official. Nice job defensively that time by Chowan's Brianna Copeland, who gets back in the lineup to force the travel call by Campbell. That'll give Chowan the basketball back again off the turnover. 6 here in the early going for Lee's McRae, who averages 16.3 turnovers a game, which is 5th in the league. But they lead the league in forcing turnovers, and Chowan's going to turn it right back over in the 3-second violations as Hinton got caught inside the lane. And for Chowan, this turnover number 2. So the two teams swap turnovers, and the Bobcats come back again, trying to get into this 8-point deficit. First quarter action here. Conference Carolina's women's play this afternoon. The first of 2 games. We'll have the men about 25 minutes following in this one. Big implications on that game as well. Chowan men trying to keep their hopes alive of getting into the tournament is also. Here's Henderson trying to go inside on Gaither. The ball comes loose. Henderson recovers. Blocked away by Gaither. Coker's there to claim it for the Hawks. Hawks coming on the run. Off to Gaither on the left. She didn't have the numbers. Circles back out to Copeland. Copeland, a high arching 3. No good, but Monique Jones will recover in the corner. She'll kick it back out to Coker. Coker working against Campbell. Now move to Copeland in the corner to Gaither. Her 3 ball is on its way, and this one's no good. And we got a push off underneath, and it's going to be on Monique Jones, says the official. So Monique Jones is going to pick up the personal. She got knocked to the deck. She caught the worst end of the deal, and the foul call against Jones, her first, and becomes the team's 5th for Chowan. So we'll walk back the other way, and free throws coming for Aurora Roberts, a 5'8 freshman from St. Paul's, Minnesota. She played at Tarleton Senior High School. 3.6 a game is what Roberts averages. A lot of young players on this team for Keith Jennings. As the free throw is no good by Roberts, who was only 7 of 16 from the stripe prior to that attempt. And she misses both. Jones, who had the foul, has a rebound. Back the other way to Copeland. Chowan running the sideline break. Copeland doesn't have the numbers, so she'll pull up the dribble. Trying to get it back out to Jones, who makes a good catch of the basketball. Now Jones trying to penetrate. One answer pass to Gaither on the right wing. Back to Jones at the high post. Monique to the rack, and jump ball, says the official. And it'll be Chowan basketball. And with that stoppage of play, it'll get Anaya Patterson a chance to get in the lineup for the first time. The freshman from out of Dover, Delaware, is going to replace Copeland in the Chowan lineup. Hawks have Gaither, Jones, Hinton, Coker, and Patterson currently in the lineup. Not sure what the stoppage of play is. I guess they're going to reset the shot clock maybe. And they will put 14 seconds on the shot clock. 1:28 to play in the quarter. Chowan holding a 19-11 lead. Jones out front to Patterson. Patterson working against pressure on the far side by Michaela Smith, who's back in the lineup. Inside to Hinton. She's caught up in the triple team, and somebody in green got a little close and picked up the personal. And it's going to be whistled on Jessica Henderson, her first. So here's Amari Hinton back to the line. Hinton's 1 of 2 there today. She's 8 of 12 beginning today's play from the stripe. Amari from Long Island, New York, and hits the free throw to make it 20-11, Chowan. Some of the students starting to filter in here to the Helm Center. And second free throw is good, so Hinton makes both. Back to a 10-point advantage for the Hawks with 80 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Henderson. One-hands a pass on the near side, nearly backcourt coming here against Henderson, but she's going to work it against pressure, and Coker's going to pick a pocket. You could see it coming, and Mariah's going to get the steal and the layup back the other way. Coker was kind of laying in the weeds, so to speak, and Henderson didn't see her, and you could see it coming from here. She picked her pocket as the Bobcats continue to have trouble with the Chowan full court pressure. And here's the ball loose on the floor, still loose. Monique Jones has got the steal, but we got a foul call prior to that, I believe. And let's see who the guilty party for Chowan will be. It was a ball out of bounds. I think they're going to call it on Monique Jones, who might be injured a little bit here. And for Monique, if it is, it's going to be her second. So she'll join Destiny Robinson on the bench with her second foul. Coach Latoya Jones is chatting with the official on the near side. She wasn't happy with that call as well. So Latoya Jones is going to go down to the bench, and she's going to get Tialana Green in the lineup for the first time. Free throws up and good by Henderson. That'll make it 23 to 12. Chowan still with the double-digit lead. Henderson's second free throw is good as well. How about Henderson this year from the strike? She's 85%. And here's Tialana Green getting in lineup for Monique Jones. Kind of tough couple of foul calls here for Monique Jones in this first quarter. And they're under a spot on the bench. Latoya Jones, if you get 2.5, you're going to sit most of the time. Destiny Robinson already saddled with 2 fouls. Ned Jones has got him. Here's Coco right front. Gets this man-to-man back to Gaither. Gaither moves to the left side to Patterson. Patterson trying to go baseline, cut off nicely by Smith. Back to Gaither in the corner. Here's Gaither in the double team. Back to Patterson. She'll arch up a long 3 off the glass. A little strong. Tialana Green had the rebound. She's going to be tied up inside, and that should give the ball back to the Bobcats, and it will. Sometimes when you grab that rebound, you can't bring it down. That's kind of the cardinal sin. Shot clock's gone dark, so that's been cut off here for the quarter. With 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Here the Bobcats down 10, coming front court with it. Caught in the double team with Henderson. Get back out to Smith. Now back to Henderson on the near side. Henderson will back and back out front. The freshman from Chester, Virginia, setting up the offense with 5, 4. Here's Henderson against Patterson. Good job by Tialana Green. She's going to reach in and pick up the foul here. Green trying to get the steal instead of just defending. Is going to pick up the foul with 1.2 seconds to go, and Henderson's back at the line, which he's been very good here. And Henderson's free throw is good again. This young lady can shoot the free throws. She had 15 against Chowan in the first outing. Did Henderson. And she finally missed one. She's got 5 today, and that will end the quarter. Well, a good first quarter here for the Hawks as they have a 23-14 lead going to the first quarter break. We're back for more in the start of the second quarter after this short timeout. You're listening and watching Chowan basketball on GoCUHawks.com.
What you thinking? You think that you could be better off with somebody new? No, baby, no. You say you're leaving. Well, if you wanna leave, there ain't nobody stopping you. No, baby, no. I won't beg for your love, won't say please. I won't fall to the ground on my knees. You know I've given this everything, baby, honestly. Baby, honestly, I lie for you, baby, die for you, baby, cry for you, baby. But tell me what you've done for me. For you, baby, only you, baby. The things I do, baby. But tell me what you've done for me.
I never cheated, deleted everyone, 'cause they made you uncomfortable. No, baby, no. These accusations, I can't apologize for something that I didn't do. No, baby, no. I won't beg for your love, won't say please. I won't fall to the ground on my knees.
Back to action here at Chowan as we start the second quarter, and unfortunately for the Hawks, they turn it over on a band pass on the far side. Into that quarter, Chowan shoots in the quarter just 37.5%. but some good three-point shooting by Mariah Coker's got Chowan in front here. Here's a penetration jumper out on the right with a nice penetration by Holloman and set up Roberts out on the right, but she couldn't get the short jumper. Taken down by Gaither. Gaither will move it front court over to Coker. And back to Patterson. Far corner goes to Green. Inside to Hinton. Hinton backing inside. Turns and can't score. Lost a basketball as she moved up. Kind of went out of her hands as she went up for the shot and lost it. Here's Johnson back in the lineup playing with 2 fouls. We're going to travel here on the near side for Keith Jennings' Bobcats. Chowan will insert Keeper Hopkins and Dee Dee Bland for the first time here this afternoon, the freshman out of Williamston, North Carolina. Averaging 7.8 a game as Amari Hinton will take a breather, as will Anaya Patterson. Chowan with Coker, Gaither, Hopkins, Bland, and Green currently on the floor. Here's Gaither in the corner. One dribbling, trying to get it to the breaking Coker and threw it away. Steal and an easy bucket opportunity back the other way for Johnson, who has the easy bucket back the other way. And LaToya Jones doesn't like what she sees here early in this quarter. Chowan turned it over a couple times now in the quarter. And looks like they're going to just have a 30-second timeout. This is one of 6 games being played today. Only one night game today, as Erskine's playing at Belmont Abbey, which is a huge game from the Hawks standpoint, and Leeds McRae, especially for the winner of this game, because all 3 schools are tied at 5 and 15 with for the 8th spot going to the conference tournament. Also, King is at Limestone today. North Greenville is at Mount Olive. Emmanuel's at Converse, and Southern Wesleyan is at Barton today, just up the road in Wilson. Belmont Abbey appears to be, if they win today, they pretty much clinched at least a tie for the top spot in the league at 19-1. They will clinch the top seed today if they beat Erskine playing at home today. Barton will finish in second regardless of what goes on. They're 17-3, and they have 2 games left with Limestone and Mount Olive and Emmanuel all battling for the third spot at 14-6. Then you look at King, who's 11-9, North Greenville 10-10, and when we talked about the tied knot at the 8th spot with Leeds McRae, Chowan, and Erskine, as Converse and Southern Wesleyan all out of the picture here for the tournament. So they're kind of playing for pride today, and of course the regular season ends here on Tuesday. Chowan will be at home against Limestone. Here's Hopkins caught in the corner, gets the press, gets it off to Coker. Coker looking for help, gets it back to Hopkins. Chowan got to go quicker. They get it to Gaither across the timeline. Now Hopkins back to Coker. That could be trouble for the Hawks here. The first time we've seen full court pressure here from Leeds McRae, who trails here 23-16. Green, one dribble, hands away to Coker. Now back out to Bland with 7 to shoot in the corner to Gaither. Gaither trying to go baseline and threw it past the breaking Hopkins. All of a sudden, Chowan's going to turn over silly here. And we'll go back the other way with it for the third consecutive turnover here by Chowan. Hawks in that first quarter, 4-7 turnovers, but had only 2 themselves, and here's the jumper back way. And here's the jumper back the other way. It's up and good here for the Bobcats. And another turnover. Bland's pass is knocked away and recovered by the Bobcats. Remember, I told you Bobcats lead the league in forced turnovers at 19.6 a game, and they're really starting to prove their mettle here on the perimeter here in the second quarter as they've cut the deficit down to 4. Johnson hands it back out to Holloman. Bland's there to cut her off. She'll get it far side to Roberts. And Michaela Smith trying to go inside on Green. Nice job by Tialana Green to cut her off. And Smith will turn in the lane and get fouled with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Once again, Chowan making a foul late in the shot clock. When Smith was really had a back near turn to the basket. That foul, by the way, was whistled on Chowan's Keeper Hopkins. That's her first. And first foul for Chowan in this second quarter. It's going to put Michaela Smith at the line. But she's a 72% free throw shooter. She gets the shooter's roll. It'll fall in. 23-20. Chowan's seen a 12-point lead dwindle down to 2 now as Smith makes both her first 2 points of the game. So out of the gate here in the second quarter, Chowan has been outscored 7-0. Bland with it, pulls up the dribble, back to Coker. After Coker had 14 first quarter points, she hadn't touched it much here in the second quarter. Bland along the baseline, back to Hinton, the free throw line. They get Hinton for the travel. The turnover gets it back to the Bobcats, who can take the lead with a tray on this possession down the floor. Johnson leading the way here for the Bobcats. With 7 points, 14 for Coker for Chowan. Baseline jumper for the tie is no good. Out of the hands of Malika Myers. Rebounded by Patterson. Gets it to Hopkins, near side, back to Bland. She's got a wide open looking at three, and it's no good. Hitting with the offensive board, and we get a push from behind, says the official underneath. And if it's Destiny Johnson's going to be a third, let's see. And it will be on the sophomore from Lincolnton's third foul. Once again, Keith Jennings has got a very, very young team. He does not have a senior and has only 2 juniors on this team. Everybody else freshmen and sophomores. Bland with it inside the ring at the top. Gets in the far corner to Coker. Coker trying to maneuver. Step back jumper just inside the arcs and air ball. Recovered by Roberts underneath for the Bobcats. Chowan has played to the 6:36 mark and have not put a point on the board in this second quarter. Matter of fact, Chowan has not scored since the 104 mark of the first quarter. He still holds a 23-21 lead. Here's a penetration move for the runner that's no good out of the hands of Schuff. Hinton's there to claim it. Coker off the Bland, streaking near side. Bland takes it inside against Roberts, and they call her for the carry. Another Chowan turnover. Hawks now are up to 8.5. And here is Kayla Henderson getting ready to come into Chowan line, replacing Dee Bland. Bland has had some great streaks this year as a freshman, but she's kind of sometimes this late in the season you kind of hit the wall, and it's kind of happened to her a little bit. Let's see if she can play her way out of it before the day is done. Here's Sign with the basketball, works Michaela Smith. Smith back off to Schuff. And Schuff, a couple dribbles, was trying to get it to Holloman, with a good job by Hopkins to step in between the two, and Schuff couldn't give it to her. Back door to Roberts. Her jump is no good, but Henderson, who's just come in the lineup, was kind of caught out of position and whistle for the foul. Henderson giving up some size down in the low block, and Kayla's just come in the ball game. It's going to pick up her first foul. And here's Aurora Roberts at the line. Roberts' free throw is no good. She's now 0 for 3 from the line today. 7 of 11 now for the Bobcats from the stripe, and Aurora makes the second for her first point, and that'll make it a 1-point game. Chowan needs a bucket. They hadn't had one in a while. Patterson, jumper 10 feet away is good. Anaya Patterson right on cue with a jumper along the baseline. It drops a 5.5-minute drought here for Chowan. They hadn't scored a field goal since the 104 mark of the first quarter. Short jump inside by Roberts, no good. Nothing but white jerseys underneath. Then it's going to get credited with a rebound. Hopkins got it on the right wing to Henderson in the corner. They'll bounce it aside to Hinton. Back out to Coker. Wide open look at the three. And Mariah's got it again. 17 for Coker. Her season high is 23. And she is just giving Chowan a 28-22 lead. So Patterson and Coker with 5 straight points for the Hawks. Here's a long three back the other way. That's no good out of the hands of Schuff. Once again, Chowan's got the rebound, but Patterson threw it right in the hands of Roberts, who's got the steal and the easy layup. So Patterson trying to get it to Coker, and Roberts with the steal in the bucket. Hopkins trying to go inside to Hinton, but he goes over the corner where Patterson's there to claim it for Chowan. Now trying to go inside to Hinton again. It's knocked away, stolen by the Bobcats, who now have forced 10 first-half turnovers. That's been the difference in this second quarter. The turnover department has flip-flopped. Here's Smith trying to go on the baseline. No good. Back out front it comes to Holloman. She'll step back from 15 feet and got it. Jayla Holloman's got 5. And once again, here comes the Bobcats within 2. With 4:11 to go in the second quarter. The losers pretty much out of this one as far as third
the 8th spot is concerned. With one game left after today for both teams. Matter of fact, Lee's McRae plays at Emmanuel. Chowan has Limestone here. Kayla Henderson dials up a three, and it's off the back of the iron. No good. The rebound goes off the hands of Patterson. Hinton's there to claim it. Gives it to Henderson. Her layup down the lane is good, and we got a foul underneath. Oh, what a great play that time by Amari Hinton. The New York freshman went over the corner, claimed the ball. It appeared to be going out of bounds. Saw Hinton break into the rack, got it to her. She laid it up and in and drew the foul for Holloman. Holloman's second.
Great and Bland checking in for the Hawks. Henderson's going to go to the line. She's going to try to complete the three-point
So that pushes the lead for Chowan back to 4 at 30-26. That was the foul on Holloman. It's his second team foul for Lise McRae in the second quarter. Here's Henderson trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And is able to do it. Good job by Henderson to complete the three-point play, and Chowan pushes the lead back to 5. Once again, Keith Jennings got a young team, but his team plays hard to get after you. They're 8-20 on the year. They have not won a game away from home this season. They're 0-15 on the road. Jumper on the arc, just inside the arc on the near side. No good out of the hands of Malika Myers. Dee Bland, who's back in the lineup, comes underneath to grab the rebound. She'll quicker street front court. Over to Tialana Green, the right corner. She tried to get it to Bland. Bland was looking the other way, but Hopkins is there to claim it near the center jump circle. Green going baseline, and they get a blocking foul underneath on Malika Myers. It's going to be her third. And to be honest, when Myers is not happy about the call, I kind of inclined to agree with it because it looked like Green used her left arm to create some space. But Myers is going to the bench, picking up a third foul, which should join Destiny Johnson, who's got 3 fouls. Also coming out of the lineup is going to be Aurora Robertson in to replace her. It's going to be Ariana Lazaraga, a 6-foot freshman out of Norcross, Georgia. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Chowan will inbound it again, baseline left. Right, it comes to Coker, 31-26, 3:06 to go in the first half. Chowan has led the entire way here. Here's Coker, near side to Bland, over to Henderson. Henderson just had a big three-point play moments ago. Off to Coker. Coker will arch up another three. This one's finally no good. She finally misses, and Green's going to travel with it, trying to grab the rebound. And Chowan will go back to the bench as Breland Young will get into the lineup, the 6'2 freshman out of Glenbury, Maryland, will replace Tialana Green in the lineup. 5-point advantage for Chowan as we play the final 2:47 of this first half. Chowan kind of dominated the first quarter, but Bobcats have had a nice comeback here in the second quarter. Here's a shot inside, blocked away by Coker, but Coker's going to pick up the personal. Coker went high to knock it away from Campbell, and Marias picks up her first personal of the ball game. It becomes Chowan's third team foul of the quarter. Coming up halftime, we'll play an interview that we played back on our Coach's Corner show this week with Nikki White, swimming coach here from Chowan. The swimming team was outstanding in Conference Carolina's championships up in Charlotte last weekend. We talked to her about it on a Tuesday night. We'll replay that interview for you coming up here at halftime. As Campbell missed both free throws. Hawks have it back the other way. Here's Bland in the corner to Henderson. Henderson back out to Bland. Boy, she almost had it stolen away by Schuff. Here's Bland, and the checking foul coming up out front. It's going to be whistled on, let's see, it's going to be, let's see who the foul call came from the far side. Let's see who the guilty party here is for. Well, they never put it up on the rack. Now it's going to go up there. It's going to be on Schuff. And Chowan's going to turn it back over on the travel. 12 first half turnovers by Chowan has enabled the Bobcats to get back in this one. And another chance to get a little closer. And Bobcats on the road here at Chowan for the first time ever in women's basketball. Come front court, trailing 31-26 with 2:13 showing on the first half clock. Smith inside, short jumper's no good. Breland Young's got the rebound for Chowan. They'll get it away to Bland. Bland will take over the point guard duty, slips it to Coke out on the left, back to Bland. Top of the key, she'll one-handed pass to Henderson. Chowan with a 3-guard offense with Henderson, Coke, and Bland in the lineup. Inside it goes to Hopkins. Hopkins had it knocked out of her hands, it's out of bounds. The official's going to confer, and it's going to be, I think it's going to still be Chowan ball. It will be. Good piece of officiating on the far side. The official underneath kind of got caught blindsided and couldn't make the correct call. Back out to Young, high post, near to Coker, into Hopkins. Hopkins dials up a three. It's an air ball, and Henderson trying to go to the rack and get it for Chowan. Knocked it out of bounds. She jumped right in front of Michaela Smith. That'll stop the clock with 1:43 left in the half. Chowan trying to hold to a 5-point lead. Coming up at halftime, we'll give you the team and individual numbers and also chat with Nikki White, the director of swimming here at Chowan, here at the half. Smith got it out front. Chowan in a 2-3 zone now. Now Shuff coming to the top of the key. And Coker knocks it away, and they get the late whistle. And they get Coker for the foul. And, man, that was a late whistle. And Coker's got 2 fouls now. So let's see what Latoya Jones does with Coker. A lot of fouls in this game in this first half. And we've got a timeout on the floor, so it's going to be a full timeout. I believe it will. So we'll take a break. 1:25 to go in the first half. Chowan leads McRae in an opening game here this afternoon, 31-26. Back for more after this short timeout.
Feelings so deep in my feelings. Notice they ain't really like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feeling like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Yeah. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go bottom, boot up, dee-dee-da-do, boot up, and my heart go bottom.
Leads McRae basketball out of the break when Coker fouled Shuff prior to that timeout. Coker stays in the lineup with 2 fouls and 1:18 to go in the half. Here's Smith, pulls up a dribble, hands it away to Holloman. Holloman back top of the key. She'll pull up a dribble, goes to the high post to Campbell. Campbell working inside against Young. Her fall away jumper is blocked by Young. Tipped out off the hands of Lazaraga for Lees McRae. And we'll head back the other way with the Hawks trying to add to this 5-point lead with 63 seconds shown on the Metal Tech of Muffinsburg scoreboards. Here located on each end of the Helm Center. Bland with it on the left wing. Skip pass far side to Henderson to the high post to Young. Down back out to Hopkins. Bland over in the corner to Coker. Coker for 3. Got it again. 20 for Coker in this first half. And a big 3 here with 34-26. Let's see if Chowan can close it out on the right way in this final 40 seconds. They lead it here by 8. Coker beyond the arc now, 5 of 6 on the day. Here's Shuff, pulls up the dribble to Holloman for 3, back the other way. It's off the back of the iron. They battle for the boards. Campbell's got the offensive glass and scores inside over D.D. Bland. Dominique Campbell's first bucket of the day. Chowan with 14 seconds to try to add to this lead. They'll go to the locker room leading here. They lead at 34-28. Here's Coker. Pulls up the dribble back to Hopkins. Hopkins wide open 3. No good. And hit the top of the rim. Bounced up and hit the wiring. With 0.4 seconds left, they probably should put maybe a second back on the clock here. And I think that's what the officials are talking about. I think Chowan got in the set. They wanted to get in offensively, set up for that last shot. Either way, Lees McRae is going to have to go the length of the floor. They're not going to put any time back on the clock. And Keith Jennings is questioning about it down below us here. 0.4 of a second to go. Holloman one dribble, and she can't get it off in time to get it back the other way. Chowan heads to the locker room. They led by as many as 12 in the first half. They head to the locker room, leading 34-28. We'll come back and give you the individual numbers, team numbers, and chat with the director of swimming here at Chowan, Nikki White, who joined us earlier this week here on Coach's Corner. Back to fall then here after this short break. Go CUHawks.com. Chowan 34, Lees McRae 28.
whiskey and red wine, champagne all night, little scotch on the rocks, and I'm fine, I'm fine. When I taste tequila, baby, I still see ya cutting up the Florida sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, slamming on a Bible, baby, I'd never leave you. I remember how bad I need you when I taste tequila. When I taste tequila, I can kiss somebody brand new and not even think about you. I can show up to the same bar, hear the same songs in my car. Baby, your memory, it only hits me this hard. When I taste tequila, baby, I still see you cutting up the Florida sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, slamming on a Bible, baby, I'd never leave you. I remember how bad I need you when I taste tequila. When I taste tequila. I ain't even drunk, and I'm thinking how I need your love, how I need your love, yeah, it sinks in. When I taste tequila, baby, I still see you. Sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Lips pressed against the bottle, spinning on a bottle.
Back here at halftime, Chowan ladies in this crucial game for a chance to play in the conference tournament next week by finishing in the 8th spot. Leads McRae 34-28 here at the break. And let's give you the numbers. And boy, they're just about identical numbers. Both teams shooting 37% in this first half. Chowan shooting 10 of 27 for 37%. Leeds McRae, who had a tough go of it in the first quarter, 9 of 24 for 37.5%. Chowan on the glass, the leader by 10, 22-12, led by Amari Hinton's 6 rebounds in the first half. Turnovers, here's what got Chowan in trouble. They had 10 of their 12 turnovers in the second quarter, and it gave Leeds McRae a chance to get 12 points off the Chowan turnovers in the first half. The difference in this ballgame is Mariah Coker shooting. She's 6 of 7 behind the arc, and she has 20 first-half points for the Hawks. Also in the first half, Amari Hinton with 3, Keeper Hopkins with 3, also Kayla Henderson with 3, Robinson and Patterson had 2 each and 1 point by Olivia Gaither. Monique Jones along with Breland Young, Brianna Copeland, Tialana Green, and Isis Barrett along with Demetra Bland all played in that first half but did not score. The leader for Leeds McRae is going to be Destiny Johnson, who set a good portion of that first half. Their leading scorer played only 8 minutes and 12 seconds in that first half due to foul trouble. She led the way with 7 points, all in the first quarter. 5 for Jayla Holloman, 4 for Tiana Schuff. Campbell has 2, Henderson 5, 3 for Aurora Robertson. And Michaela Smith had 2, as Lazaraga, Wright, Myers all played in the first half but did not score for Leeds McRae. Well, back on Tuesday night, on Thursday night on Coach's Corner Show, we had a chance to visit with Nikki White for the second time this year. Her team had a great weekend last weekend. The swimming team's down in Charlotte in the Conference Carolinas tournament. They broke 53 records. Swimming, they had a winner in the breaststroke. They had the freshman of the year, 5 all-league players, and we caught up with her on early Thursday to get her thoughts on concluding her first year as the director of swimming here at Chowan. So here is Chowan director of swimming, Nikki White.
Coach, it's good to have you back again, especially off a successful weekend. I will tell you that the Twitter feed was Chowan Athletics was blowing up over the weekend, starting on Thursday with all the school records. Good to have you in here. I know it was a long, grueling season, but know you're looking forward to some downtime, but thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me back. I'm really excited to kind of talk about the season and how everything went.
I know you were really excited when we met about a month ago about what this team had done and where they were headed in Conference Carolinas in the championships. But kind of give me your thoughts of the overall weekend with the two teams out in Charlotte.
Well, I think we performed really well and better than expected. Based on rankings and everything, we were predicted to get fifth on both sides, but behind the team in fourth by a lot. And on the women's side, we actually got fourth, which was really great. And I know the girls were super excited to get fourth place. And then on the men's side, we still got fifth, but we were really close to King and fourth. So it was really exciting to see the level of competition that they were able to put themselves through.
Let's start on the women's side. Julie Stegmeyer captured the women's 200-yard breaststroke. Did you see that coming from her?
Well, looking into the events, I think the 200 breast was where we were the strongest. I mean, we have a really great breaststroke team on the women's side. We had 6 girls in the finals for that event, which is amazing. You don't see that a lot with a lot of different teams. So it was an event that we had the most hope for one of the events that we thought we could win. So it was just a really exciting moment to not only win with Julia, but to go 1-2. Get first and second with Julia and Zori touching right behind her.
You mentioned Zori. She was named the Conference Carolinas Freshman of the Year. What does that mean to your program?
I think it shows a lot of promise and growth for us. It's the first time we've ever had that honor of getting Freshman of the Year. So I think it just shows that we're a new team and we're growing and we're going towards the positives.
On the men's side, Igor Prazinski, work over the season has been really good. He gets a third-place finish in the men's 1,650-yard freestyle. Talk to me a little bit about his season.
Well, he actually, at the beginning of the season, came in and told us that he really didn't like swimming distance, but also said he wasn't a sprinter, and I had to kind of convince him that he swims like a distance swimmer. He has a really long, nice stroke and a really good distance per stroke. And I told him throughout the whole season, you're still going to swim the 200 and the 500. Those are your favorite events, but you are going to swim those distance events too. I think you're going to see and surprise yourself with how successful you're going to be. And throughout the whole meet, he was really, really wanted to get on the podium with third place. Like, he had gotten fourth and he had gotten fifth in other events, but he really wanted to get that actual bronze medal. So when I told him after he swam the mile that he was going to get third place, he was so excited, and he called his mom, and it was just a really, genuine happy moment for him and for us as coaches, just to see the excitement in his face.
So you don't think you will get that question from him next year?
I don't think so, no.
I look at the numbers here. You had 5 Conference Carolinas, all Conference Carolina selection, 53 personal best swimming records, and 15 school records. To me, that shows a lot of growth from start to finish and a lot of improvement. And that's what you look for as a coach is people improving. But what does that show about your program here that you've had so many records broken here over the last week from start to finish in this season?
I think it's really exciting for the team getting to see the records break and see their names up on the record board at the start of next season. And it shows us as coaches, for myself and Coach Michael, that, maybe we're doing something right. And to see those improvements, even if they were by just milliseconds, dropping that time in swimming, even milliseconds or hundredths of a second, is very important. And it comes down to the finish, and they've seen it, in races, and watching them push themselves into that finish and drop those hundredths of a second or milliseconds of time has just shown a lot of growth for them as athletes, and seeing them understand that hard work they put in throughout the whole season is really worth it. And I think since we are a newer program, it's hard for some athletes to kind of come in every single day and practice 2 times a day and come in, at 5:30 a.m. to come lift or to come swim. They're not really used to that from high school. So, they're doing a lot more than what they're used to. And when they see that work pay off, it makes them understand, like, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing this. That dedication is worth it.
You talked about Igor getting on the podium. You swam. You're an All-American at Indiana. You swam in the Olympic trials. Is it more exciting to you now as a coach to see one of your swimmers get on that podium than maybe it was when you were a swimmer?
I think it's pretty equal. I think, while I was swimming, there were times where you kind of, as a swimmer, you're like, oh, I expect to get first, second, or third, or I expect to get this place. And so when it happens, you're just like, yeah, that's normal. But as a coach, when you watch your athletes, that you're like, I hope they get that place. I hope they get first. I hope they get second. I hope they get third. And you're not sure if it's going to happen or not because the competition is really strong. To see it happen, I think, provides a lot more excitement as a coach.
Kind of recap your first year as the director of swimming. We sat here a month ago and talked about the transition and what it's been like for you. If you go back and recap it, kind of give me your thoughts on how it went as the first year as director of swimming.
Overall, I think it went pretty well. I still think I have things to learn as a head coach. And, we had a little ups and downs throughout the season with the pool, like I said before. But overall, I think it went amazing. And I'm hoping that I can grow from this season and become a better coach next season.
Any specific areas when you start recruiting that you're focusing on for next season?
Backstroke. It's where we're kind of lacking a lot of depth. We do have some backstrokers, and we had some girls and guys come into finals for the 100 and 200 back. But I think we can really add more depth to that area for our program to grow as a whole.
Give me a synopsis on your senior class. You had 4 girls, Ashley Hernandez, Katrina Lord, Jasmine Gibson, and Sarah.
It's not, Jasmine's a junior.
Okay.
Sarah Holt is a senior.
Okay, and Megan Reed, and didn't think you had one gentleman, Trace Austin, that was a senior as well. What does this senior class mean to you?
Well, on the ladies' side, it's our first senior class to be here all 4 years. They were the original freshmen here at Chowan, and this is their last year. So it's a really emotional time for me as a coach, and I definitely know for them as senior girls, they've built this program from the beginning, and to kind of finish off their season, I think they were really excited. They were all very happy with how they did, and they know that the team is going to keep growing and keep getting better. And
Are you pretty excited about going into next season?
I am. I'm really excited. I think, the team has developed over the last season and the last 2 years. I'm really excited for our men's team. They pushed really hard this season, and I think as we add more and more men to our program and create that depth that we're missing right now, we're going to see them compete at a higher level.
Well, Coach, it's time to get back to some more cake making and some cupcake making. You told me in our first interview here that one of your biggest accomplishments is learn how to bake. Well, I've done a little research on you. And I tell you, the coaching staff has raved about your cakes and your cupcakes. So I will tell you, the next time we get together, cupcakes or cakes will be accepted.
I'll be sure to bring a taste test for you.
Thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on a great season and concluding it the right way. And I know you're happy about it. Enjoy some downtime.
Thank you so much.
Boy, what a weekend it was.
Back here at Chowan's, we get ready to start the second half here for the Leeds McRae. Hope you enjoyed our visit with Mickey White here at halftime, the swimming coach here at Chowan's. We start the second half. Chowan with a 34-28 lead. And it'll be the Bobcats the first opportunity to get a little closer here. Back out front it comes to Shuff. We got a pretty good first half. She'll go inside, and the charge is going to be called on Shuff. And Shuff went inside, and Hinton got lucky with the call. It looked like she was falling prior to the contact. Coker pushing it front court to Hopkins in the corner. By the way, Coker set another mark here in this first half, and we'll give it to you the first opportunity. Here's Copeland going to the rack, lost the basketball, recovered by Barnett. Barnett back out to Coker. Coker running the lane. Kent won't go. She got her own rebound. Back out it comes to Hopkins. Hopkins runs into trouble, and they turn it over. Chowan's turnovers in the second quarter got him in trouble, and they start the second half with a turnover here in this second half. Hawks playing with a chance to play in the conference tournament as they play Leeds McRae here today, and then they'll obviously play Limestone here on Tuesday. Chowan wins here today and wins Tuesday and gets some help from Belmont Abbey against Erskine. Chowan will play in the conference tournament. Here's Johnson just inside the arc. Jumper's up and good. Ninth point of the day for Johnson, the leading scorer here for Leeds McRae, and she'll cut the deficit to 4 for the visiting Bobcats, who are looking for their first win on the road this season. Here's Hinton to high post. Back out to Copeland. We got a whistle underneath. 3-second violation call against Chowan's Barnett. Coach Latoya Jones and I were talking prior to the game about the youthfulness of her team, which is littered with 8 freshmen. And it's shown some here today. We talked about some of the teams in this league and with a lot of maturity, but both of these teams are young here today. Here's Johnson. She'll fire up the 3-ball. This one's good. Destiny Johnson dialing up 3, and she's got her average at 12. And quickly, Latoya Jones calls a timeout as her team's 6-point lead has evaporated to 1 here. So just a 30-second timeout. We'll try to take a look at the league scoreboard here for just one moment. Once again, it's 6 games being played in conference today, 1 game being played tonight. And they'll turn this
Since 1901, Southern Bank has made its interest in youth.
this 30-second timeout into a full timeout. Well, we'll keep it right here for you with 8:17 to go in the third quarter. Chowan up 34-33 as we try to chase down the scoreboard here in Conference Carolinas and let you know what some of these other teams are doing today. Of course, the one that Chowan is really keeping an eye on is the Erskine-Belmont Abbey matchup down at Belmont. And scoring a little slow coming in on the Conference Carolina scoreboard. Matter of fact, Erskine and Belmont Abbey don't play until 5:30 today. Emmanuel had an early lead in the first quarter over Converse 9-7. Kind of the same with Southern Wesleyan and Barton early in that one at Wilson. No report from King and Limestone, North Greenville, Mount Olive here in this first half here on the Conference Carolina scoreboard. Brought to you by Conference Carolinas. Chowan's first year as a full-fledged member in all sports with the exception of football and bowling. Chowan with the inbound. Full court pressure here coming from King. Off to Copeland. Copeland to get it across the timeline. Has Barnett wide open. Gets her the basketball, and she'll lay it up and in. Good job of running the press offense for the Hawks as Copeland got into the breaking Barnett for the basket. Chowan's first basket of the second half. Lead goes back to 3 at 36-33. 7:56 in this third quarter. That's where we've reached. This is Johnson, who's had a good start. Oh, it's Michaela Smith, that is, with a good start to the second half, moving it to the left. She can get it back over to Stuff. Back to Smith. Smith, a runner in between 2 defenders, no good. Rebounded on the far side by Malachi Myers, and her short jumper is short of the shot clock going off, and that violation will get it, the basketball back to the Hawks. Comes the 10th turnover of the day. And here's a jump out front. It's up for three. And for Tijuana Green, downs up to three straight on. So Chowan, after the timeout, has come back with 5 unanswered points themselves, and they'll stretch back to a 6-point lead, 39-33. Here's Holloman being defended out front by Coker. She's trying to work off a pick for Destiny Johnson, but Copeland and Coker doing a really good job switching on the pick. And it goes over to Stuff. Back to Johnson, well away from the basket. Johnson gets Coker. She'll dial up a three. This one went in and came out. They go to the boards, and Green's got it off the glass for the Hawks. To Coker. Coker near side to Gaither. Gaither hands it away to Barnett, who lost it but recovers and gets it back to Gaither. We talked about Mariah Coker. She broke Ranshita Jennings' career mark here at Chowan for Division II steals in this first half. So she is the career leader here at Chowan amongst Division II players. Coker back to Gaither. Gaither trying to go baseline against Johnson. Loses the basketball. Jump ball being forced here by Myers. And it'll give Chowan the basketball on the alternating possession. Couple of subs here for Coach Jennings as Aurora Roberts will get in the lineup. Stale will come out, Stuff will come out, as will Holloman. Also in the lineup here in this second half for the first time is Henderson. Chowan gets it inside Kawika. Back to Green for three, and it's off the mark. Long rebounds, however, comes out to Copeland. Henderson got a hand on it, but couldn't hold it. Now Coker, we had 20 points in the first half. Look at the first shot. Backdoor to Gaither. Pass is thrown away, stolen away by Henderson. And a jump ball will give the ball back the other way to the Hawks. To the Bobcats. Coker from the high post to the low post, trying to get it to Green along the baseline. And nice job defensively here for the Bobcats, who trail here at 6 by 6 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. A couple of sixes we almost got tongue-tied with. Here's Johnson, crossover dribble against Copeland, gives it back to Henderson. Henderson now will move to the right side of the floor, pulls it up, lost the basketball, and knocked away by Gaither, recovered by Copeland for the turnover. 3 turnovers now in the second half for the visiting Bobcat. To Coker, over the Green, now back to Coker. Roar jumps out on Coker quickly. Boy, I tell you, Bobcats have really focused their defense on Coker in the second half after she burned them for 20 in the first half. Copeland jumping just inside the arc is good. Good job by Brianna Copeland, the Suffolk, Virginia sophomore, has got her first bucket of the afternoon. And Chowan with a 7-0 run now to push that lead to 41-33, and it's important. You got to have this game here for both of these teams. Here's Henderson being pushed out by Green with a left arm, and they caught Olivia with a push. Her first foul of the second half, and the first team foul for the Hawks in the second half. So the Bobcats will inbounds on the far side with a fresh 20 seconds. Back to Johnson for three, and she got it and got fouled. Foul's going to be on Isis Barnett. She got there a little bit late and picked up the foul as Johnson drilled the three out on the left. So Barnett's second foul, and she'll come out of the game as Destiny Robinson, who didn't play much in that first half due to foul trouble, will get back in. So here's Johnson trying to complete the rare 4-point play here. Couple dribbles for Johnson, who's a 74% free throw shooter. She's got 4. She's got 16. She's got all the Bobcat points in the second half. And here Chowan's going to throw it away again. Coker's pass is intercepted by Smith. Down back out front to Henderson. Here's Henderson going in the lane. Nobody cut her off. She'll loop up a short shot. No good. Tijuana Green got the rebound. Ball's knocked away from her. Recovered by Johnson. So Chowan turns it over again. Hawks are just having an awful difficult time since the first quarter holding on to the basketball. And a lot of these errors have been unforced errors as well on some of the passes here. 16 to shoot here for the Bobcats. They trail here at Chowan with 4:35 to go in the third, 41-37. Here's Roberts in the corner. Pull-up jumper over Green is no good. Tijuana Green's got another rebound off to Coker. Coker coming front court, near side to Gaither. Gaither pulls up the dribble, gets it back to Coker. Smith comes out quickly on Coker. Now back to Gaither on the left wing to dump it in the low block to Green. Green back at the high post to Robinson. Now over to Copeland out on the left. Copeland works off a pick from Roberts, but a nice job of sliding the pick by Roberts. Copeland gets by her, lays it up and in. Good job by Brianna Copeland. She's got both of her field goals here in the second half. Back to a 6-point Chowan advantage at 43-37 with just inside of 4 minutes left in this third period in this important Conference Carolina girls game. Yeah, you'll say both teams are 5-15, but it is important. It's a chance to go to the tournament. Here's Johnson, finally misses in the second half. It's no good. It's off the hands of Henderson and out of bounds to Chowan, says the official working underneath. And we get a media timeout. We'll take one. 3:43 to go in the third quarter. Chowan continues to hold a 6-point lead. Back for more after this short timeout. You're listening, watching Chowan basketball on GoCUHawks.com.
Falling too fast to prepare for this. Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as vultures. Negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. Hanging on to the visual, I wanna be invisible. Looking at my years like I'm not a dumb. Everybody needs to be a part of them. Never be enough from the prodigal son.
Chowan basketball on the inbounds with 3:43 to go in this third quarter. Hawks lead it here, 43-37 against the Bobcats. Chowan this season at home is 4-6. And we talked about it earlier. Lees McRae has not won a game away from Banner Elk this season. They're 0-15 starting today on the road. Here's Copeland caught in the double team to Robinson at the high post. And she tried to dribble through traffic and got fouled. And the foul is going to be whistled on Malika Myers. It's going to be Myers' fourth and the team's second here in this third quarter. And Myers is going to quickly get out of the lineup, and it's going to be Campbell back in for it. Devitt Campbell, the 5'11 freshman out of Rainsburg, Indiana. They're leading right back into his team at 6 rebounds per game. To Copeland, out front to Coker. And it goes to Green. She'll dial up a three. This one's off the mark. It goes to the boards. And it's off Chowan's hands. It'll belong to the Bobcats. Robinson reached for it, didn't decide to pull her hands back, which is a dead given every time to the officials that you touched it last. Chowan pressuring full court now. Copeland and Coker applying pressure in the backcourt. Henderson breaks the press, gets it front court to Smith. Now back to Henderson. Top of the key, tried to go inside, knocked away by Green, but recovered on the far side by Smith. Her jump is good for three. Michaela Smith dials up long distance for the first time today. She's got 5 in the deficit down to 3 now for the visiting Bobcats. Here's Coker, hands it away to Copeland. Coker, who had 20 first half points, has not shot the ball here in the second half. Here's Robinson, goes to the rack, got double team. It's off her leg and out of bounds, says the official. The Chowan turnover gives it back to the Bobcats as Green will step out the lineup. Monique Jones, who hasn't played much today, will get in the lineup. Monique Jones saddled with foul trouble earlier. She's only played 4 minutes today. I think everybody's played is dressed today with the exception of Jakira Bagby for Chowan. This is Smith, 10-second violation, backcourt violation on the Bobcats. Good job in the full court pressure here by the Hawks. And so the Hawks will get it back here, trying to add to this 3-point advantage with 2:16 showing on our third quarter scoreboard. Sponsored by Metal Tech of Murfreesboro. Here at the Helm Center. Here's Gaylor losing the basketball, was able to recover. Gets it away, Copeland. Henderson applying pressure to Copeland on the perimeter. Henderson, that is, and Henderson's going to get the foul here. And with the hand check out front. I'll say this about this Lees McRae team. They really get after you on the defensive end. It's just a matter of time before Keith Jennings will get this program turned around. He's 32-52, and this is third season. For Henderson, by the way, that was her second foul on the team third, and we got a whistle underneath. And it's going against Gaither, I believe, for the illegal pick. So is that going to be on Monique Jones, who just came in the lineup? Let's see. I think it's going to be whistled on Chowan's Olivia Gaither. So the Bobcats with it on the near side. Here's Johnson. He's had the hot hand. Sheer launch up a three over Gaither. This is misses. Misses, and Gaither can't save it over in the corner off her hands. And LaToya Jones will insert Keeper Hopkins back in the lineup for Gaither. And she changes her mind and will bring Gaither back to the bench. Or correction, we'll put Hopkins back on the bench. So we're waiting for the inbounds here for the Bobcats. Now Hopkins going to come back to the scorer's table, and now will come in for Gaither. Not sure what that strategy was all about, but Hopkins eventually gets in the game for Gaither.
Hopkins checking back in for Chowan.
Johnson had a notion, didn't take it, gets it off to Smith. Back to Henderson for three. Off the mark. Roy Robbins got the offensive glass here for the Bobcats. Back to Henderson. 1:26 to go in the third. Chowan holding a slim 3-point lead at 43-40. In this must-win game here for both of these teams. Here's Hopkins with the steal. Hopkins coming front court. Pants trying to get it away to Robinson. Threw it right into the hands of Smith. Smith wheels back the other way. Tries to go coast to coast. Lost it out of bounds. It'll give it right back to Chowan on the turnover. So the two teams may be feeling a little pressure here late in this game in this must-win situation. Well, it's going to come down to his final 10 minutes, and who's going to step up and take charge here. There's Coker with it at the high post. Like I said, Mariah has not taken a shot in this third quarter. Here's Robinson coming in the lane, splits the defenders off the glass a little strong. Long rebound comes off to Smith for the Bobcats with 48 seconds to go in the quarter. Henderson across the timeline. Copeland's there to jump in the grill to set up the Chowan man-to-man defense. And Henderson working off a pick from Johnson, nearly stolen away by Coker. Now back to Johnson, knocked loose. Monique Jones recovers and gets a foul. Monique got there a little bit late, and she got her arm caught in the arm of Destiny Johnson for her third foul, and the Chowan fourth team foul in this quarter. And substitution, Henderson will get out of the lineup. Tiana Schuff back in for Keith Jennings, known as Mr. Jennings when he played at East Tennessee State. Of course, he went on to play in the NBA. Not a big guy in stature, 5'7", but he could motor with the basketball. Smith pulls up the dribble, back to Johnson. Coker guiding Johnson closely here off to Roberts. Ball comes loose, but recovered by Roberts. She's looking to get rid of it. Ball comes loose on the floor. Ball's knocked away by Jones, but taken away, and by Campbell, she can't score. Finally, Destiny Robinson gets bumped from behind by Campbell, or is going to be on Roberts. Going to be on Roberts. Boy, that ball was like a hot potato underneath. Chowan's got 12.9 seconds to try to add to this lead that currently stands at 3. Let's see if Coker can finally get a shot. Boy, you got to give credit to the Bobcats. They've done a good job spying Coker here in this second half. She has not been able to get a shot off. Jones would wear a 3 off the front of the iron. No good. Copeland had it, lost it, and that's going to end the third quarter. Chowan heads to the fourth and final quarter with a 43-40 lead. We're back to bring it to you after this short timeout as you're listening and watching on GoCUHawks.com.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder.
Thunder, 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 thunder,
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Kids were laughing in my classes. while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic, they say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage while you were clapping in the nosebleeds.
And 10 minutes left to go in this one here from Chowan. Chowan leads McRae 43-40. Remember, Chowan lost up at Lees McRae back on January 18th, 56-53. Here's Coker with the basketball out on the right. She has not had a shot attempt in the second half after scoring 20 first-half points. Chowan's got to find some way to get her open, get her the basketball. Chowan's going to throw it away here as they throw it in the backcourt. Keeper Hopkins trying to get it on the far side to Jones. For Chowan, that's 21 turnovers now. They average 18 on the season per game, and we still got 9 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in this one. Chowan shooting 44.4% in that third quarter, but only attempted 9 shots. They were 4 of 9. Lees McRae 36.4. Chowan turned it over 8 times in that quarter, by the way. That enabled the Bobcats get a lot extra opportunities and stay close in this one. Bobcats trail here 43-40. Here's a runner to the rack by Smith, and it's good. She's fouled by Jones, and she's going to have the chance to tie this game up on the 4th foul here by Monique Jones. Jones has fouled out twice this season. It's going to get Isis Barnett back in the lineup. So Monique Jones, who has not scored a point today, she's been on the bench most of the day due to foul trouble. Smith with a chance to tie it up, and she does it. We're tied at 43. And Smith has got 8 points, so 43 apiece with 9:24 left. Here's Chowan coming front court. Bland, the runner is no good, but there's a blocking foul called underneath on Campbell. Devonique Campbell's going to pick up her first and the team first. Should be a couple free throws coming here for Bland. Bland scoreless today. She averages 7.8 points per game, which is second best on the Chowan roster. Of course, Coca leads away with 11.3. And Bland's free throw is no good. Didi on the year, 70% from the stripe on 26 of 37 starting today. But she can't get the first one to go. Chance to break the 43 all-time for Bland. She missed a second as well. And hustling it over the corner to grab the rebound. Right in front of Barnett, it's going to be Destiny Johnson for the Bobcats, and they've got a chance to take the lead here. They have led once in this ballgame. It was a 9:09 mark in the first quarter by 1 point. I think it was 2-1 at the time. Roberts dumps it down inside, stolen away by Barnett. They were trying to get it to Campbell in a low block. Good job by Isis with the steal. 7 turnovers in the second half now for the Bobcats. Bland from 12 feet away. It is short. Rebounds fought for. Destiny Robbins is going to beat Campbell to the punch for the Hawks. Give the Hawks a fresh 20 seconds to shoot it here. Let's see if Coca can get loose and get a shot off here. Nice job by Roberts to step out and on the pick, and she's going to foul Coca, but maybe not a bad foul because Coca was trying to get free here on the left side, and Roberts along with Campbell will come out for Coach Jennings as Ariana Lazaraga, who played brief in the first half, will get in the lineup, as will Malika Myers, who's playing with 4 fouls. Here's Coker. 2 quick fouls in this quarter now for Lees McRae. Stolen inside by Johnson on the errant pass. Chowan now with 22 turnovers for the day, and we got a tie up underneath on the loose ball as Lazaraga is tied up underneath by Destiny Robinson, and that will give donate position arrow to the Bobcats in the basketball. They'll trigger underneath as we do a little housekeeping work under the bucket. We're knotted at 43 with 8:19 to go in this one. Hawks need a win here today and a win on Tuesday, and a loss by Erskine to claim a spot to play in the tournament. And Destiny Johnson has just given the lead to Lees McRae on her 12th point in the second half with a 3 ball out on the right, 46-43. Bobcats have been really good here in the second half. Here's Coker in the corner to Gaither. Inside it goes to Robinson. Robinson trying to maneuver inside. She stepped out of bounds with it. Turnover back to the Bobcats. Boy, the turnovers are eating Chowan alive here in this game. Chowan trying to beat Lees McRae in basketball, women's basketball, for the first time. Two teams only played once prior, and it was on January 18th. Stuff with it out front. Trying to go in the low block, and here's a kick here by Gaither. So it still belongs to the Bobcats right in front of their own basket. And standing on the end of the bench is their head coach, Keith Jennings. His third year on the bench here for the Bobcats. And man, like I said earlier, played in the NBA. Was a terrific college player, I believe at East Tennessee State. They called him Mr. Keith Mr. Jennings. Here's a step back three that's no good by Stuff. Long rebound comes off to Coker. Mariah wheels front court to get Stuff with the foul. Stuff picks up her third, and that's 3 team fouls now on the visitors from out of Banny Elk here in this fourth quarter, with 7:20 left. Bobcats lead it here 46-43. Bland coming out of the Chowan lineup. Once again, Chowan running on a pretty good drought here. Hawks had not scored since the 4:07 mark of the third quarter. So they're working on 7 minutes. Coker for three, and it's good. She got fouled. Coker finally got a shot off, and she buries it from out in the arc. She got fouled by Schuff, and that's going to be her fourth. And 14 fouls now, so Coker with 23 on the day. She has tied this game up at 46. Schuff has a little discussion here with the official, and Henderson will get back in to replace Schuff in the lineup. Here's Coker to the line. Mariah's free throw is good, and she's got 24, which is a new season high. Her career high is 28. And Chowan's got the lead. Here's Barnett with a steal in the backcourt. Ice has just created the 8th turnover for Lees McRae in the second half. She'll get fouled going to the rack. Foul on Destiny Johnson's going to be her 4th. Big foul here in this one, and already 5 team fouls. Chowan in a bonus now with 6:57 left.
Johnson called her 4th foul. Barnett's going to go to the line. She's got 2 shots.
So here's Barnett to the line trying to extend the Chowan lead. It currently stands at 1. And Barnett's free throw is good. Coker's jumper a few minutes ago broke a 7-minute scoreless drought for Chowan. Isis can't convert on the second after making the first. We'll head back the other way with the Bobcats trailing here 48-46. Just inside of 7 minutes to go here in the barrel. Henderson working out between the rings, working against Kayla Henderson. So it's Henderson versus Henderson here. Jessica versus Kayla. Jessica hands it away out front to Myers. Myers calls Johnson to her. Johnson working against the smaller Henderson. She'll pull up, fire to 3, and got it. Destiny Johnson is on fire here in the second half. She's got 22 points for the game. Has given the lead back to the Bobcats at 49-48 with 6:29 to go in this ball game. Let's see if they're going to take this timeout to a full timeout, and they will. So we'll take a break here with 6:29 to go. Chowan on the short end of things, 49-48. We're back for more after this short timeout. This is Chowan basketball that you're listening and watching on GoCuHawks.com.
Dirty tissues, trust issues, glasses on the sink, they didn't fix you. Lonely pillows in a stranger's bed, little voices in my head. Sacred keeping, stop the bleeding. Lost a little weight because I wasn't eating. All the songs that I can't listen to tell the truth. Loving you was young and wild and free. Loving you was cool and high and sweet. Loving you is sunshine, safe and sound, a steady place to let down my defenses. But loving you had consequences. Hesitation, awkward conversation, running on low expectation. Every siren that I was ignoring, I'm paying for it. Loving you was young.
Destiny Johnson has really prevailed.
Loving you
This
was cool.
Bobcats team in the second half. She has 22 now, 15 in the second half. And had just given the lead back to the Bobcats on a three-pointer behind the arc. Here's Kayla Henderson working, gets into the corner to Coker. Coker almost lost it and get it for the travel. That's a good call. She kind of bobbled it as she started to move and didn't get it on the floor in time. 12 turnovers in each half for Chowan, and that's really what has enabled the Bobcats to get back at this one after Chowan blew out to a 12-point lead early in this one. But 10 turnovers in the second quarter alone has been really a hindrance here to Chowan. Matter of fact, they turned it over 18 times between the second quarter and the third quarter. Here's Johnson to the rack over Barnett. Barnett's going to reach in and foul her. Johnson with the quickness opportunity against Barnett is going to reach in and pick up the foul and go to the free throw line for Barnett. It's personal number 3. That should be the third team foul for the Hawks here in this fourth quarter. Well, they still have 2 on the board. So here's Johnson at the line, which she's 74% this season. 2 free throws coming for the Lincolnton, North Carolina product. And free throw is no good. She played at a strong East Lincoln high school program. They also have a young man on the men's basketball team, Sidney Dollar from East Lincoln High School. If you follow ACC football at all, Chaz Surratt, Sage Surratt. One plays at North Carolina, the other one at Wake Forest. Both played at East Lincoln. As Johnson missed both free throws. Here's Chowan with it back the other way. Gaither gives it inside to a wide open Robinson, and she scores. Her first bucket of the second half. Chowan's back in front now, 50-49. Working inside of 6 minutes to go in this one. Henderson against pressure in the backcourt. Jessica Henderson for the Bobcats. Steps through the double team. Now it's going to be tied up by Coker. And we got a 10-second violation coming against the Bobcats. Good job by Chowan and the double team of Jessica Henderson in the backcourt of Coker and Barnett. And Chowan will get it back. They'll inbound it right at midcourt with 5:31 showing on this fourth quarter scoreboard. Hawks also lead it here 50-49. It's been a grind for both of these teams. Here's Kayla Henderson. Getting pressure by Johnson. Back to Barnett. Barnett trying to maneuver inside. Caught in the double team. Back out to Coker. Coker gets it over to Robinson. Back to Barnett. Barnett from 15 feet. Short. And tipped out and controlled by Malika Myers. Myers was the person in the right place at the right time after Aurora Roberts kind of tipped it away from the couple defenders. Here's Smith to the rack inside on Robinson. She'll lay it up and in. Destiny playing with 2 fouls, kind of backed off, and Smith now with 10. She becomes second player in double digits. Here's Coker, backs it away to Henderson. Inside it goes to Robinson. Robinson kicks it back out to Barnett in the corner to Gaither. Gaither trying to go baseline and threw it away. And the ball's loose on the floor. Tie-up possession arrow is coming here, and unfortunately it points Chowan's way. With 12 seconds of shooting, 4:39 to play, and Hawks trailing here at home 51-50. Don't forget the 11th annual Play for K Cancer Awareness basketball games come your way Tuesday night here at Chowan. Coker running the lane. Good! Hung on the rim and fell in for Coker, now has 26. Chowan back with the lead at 52-51. As we head down the stretch here at Chowan, who will make the plays down the stretch here for these 2 young basketball teams. Like I said, Keith Jennings has got no seniors and 2 juniors, and everybody else freshmen and sophomores. Chowan kind of in the same boat. They do have a senior in Mariah Coker. As Henderson and Tijuana Green and Gaither are the juniors, everybody else freshmen and sophomores. Here's Jessica Henderson. Pulls up the dribble to Myers. A jump of 15 feet. It's a little strong. Got her own rebound. And she'll force it up over Barnett. Can't score. Finally, Destiny Robinson steps in the action and grabs a rebound. She'll get it off to Coker. Coker moving front court. Coker now trying to go inside. We'll back it back out and reset the Chowan offense with 3:55 to left. Chowan with a 52-51 advantage here at home against Lees McRae. in the battle for the 8th spot in the conference and a chance to play in the conference tournament with a win here today and a win on Tuesday. Charlotte Hawks lose today, they're pretty much out of it. Here's Barnett getting loose along the baseline, off the basketball. Stolen away by Aurora Roberts. Chowan's 13th turnover of the second half, 25th on the day. And here the Bobcats with their opportunity to get back in front here. Been a back and forth game here in the second half, thanks to the young lady with the basketball right now, Destiny Robinson. For Lise McRae, her fall-away jumper's no good, and we got a foul coming against Chowan. Looks like Coca might be the guilty party. It will be Mariah's third foul of the day and the third team foul for Chowan here in the second half. It's going to put Destiny Johnson back at the line. And she'll have 2 free throws coming with her team trailing by 1. She missed 2 previous free throws about a minute ago. Like I said, she's a 74% free throw shooter. Good form and good shot. 52 apiece now as Johnson's got 23 on the day. Her career high and season high is 24. She can tie that mark with this free throw with 3:18 left and give Lise McRae the lead. And looked like it was going to be short, but it went in. Johnson now with 17 of her 24 in the second half. 53-52, the visitors from out of Banner Elk with the lead here. Henderson's going to get to the free throw line for Chowan, and Latoya Jones wants a timeout to kind of talk about things. And this will be a full timeout. So we'll take a breather here from Chowan. Hawks on the short end of a 53-52 score as we wind down to 3 minutes, last 3 minutes, and 11 seconds to go in this one. Back for more after this short timeout.
Notice they really like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feeling like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something.
One the inbounds at half court. Hawks trail here at home to Lise McRae, 53-52. Here's Coker trying to go on the right side. Hands it away to Gaither. Gaither back out front to Barnett. Now back to Coker. Top of the key. Coker almost lost it, but recovers. Goes in the lane. Her run is short, but Gaither's there to claim it and put it in for the Hawks. Olivia Gaither picks a perfect time to get her first field goal of the day. She gives Chowan the lead back at 54-53. 2:44 and counting to go in this fourth quarter. Smith across the timeline here for the Bobcats, who didn't see Malika Myers all alone underneath. She was calling for it, but Smith didn't see her. Here's Jessica Henderson working against pressure from Cocodale. Run the pick out front, and Destiny Robinson does a good job to split the pick. Here's Smith, a long three, but she's trying to beat the shot clock. It's no good, but Roberts chases down in the corner. She gets to Myers, who's all alone underneath for the easy bucket. Malika Myers, like Gaither, picks a good time to get her first field goal of the day. She'll put the Bobcats back in front, 55-54. Coca working on the left wing. Mariah with 26 today, a new season high. Now she'll work away in the corner, goes underneath. The runner is no good. She got fouled here by Smith, and that's going to be Smith's first.
Okay, Smith on the foul for the Bobcats.
That's going to be her first, and like I said, already double. Chowan's been in the double bonus since the 6:57 mark this fourth quarter. Here's Coca at the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Place gets awful quiet, and you can hear the ball go through the twine here for Coca. And he has 27 on the day. Make it 28. She ties her career high now with 28. 20 of those coming in the first half, and she's given Chowan a 1-point lead. As the clock shows 1:55 to go in this one. Holloman back in the lineup here for the Bobcats, and they turn it over. Johnson was trying to maneuver out of traffic and walk with it. That becomes the 18th turnover of the day for the visiting Bobcats. And Roberts back out of the lineup. And Holloman out of the lineup. Roberts back in. A little defensive offensive move here by Coach Jennings. Joel inbounds, baseline right. Gaither to trigger the inbounds under their own bucket. Inside to Robertson, a short jumper, good. Bounced around and fell in for Destiny Robinson. 6 for Robinson. Chowan with a 3-point lead, 58-55. Small crowd here that's gathered in the Helm Center trying to get into this one a little bit. Here's Johnson, far side it comes to Smith, back to Destiny Johnson. It's in the NBA 3 and it's good. Oh my goodness, did Destiny Robinson dial up long distance. New career high for her with 27, 58 apiece. Here's Coker trying to go back door to Galen, and Chowan loses it out of bounds. Oh, not the time for a turnover for your Chowan in that spot. That's 14 in the second half. 26 turnovers there for Chowan on the day. Chowan's got to find Destiny Johnson in this possession. Here's Holloman across the timeline. Threw it away, and it's out of bounds to Chowan. As Holloman was trying to get it cross corridor to Henderson, and Henderson didn't see it coming. And the turnover gives it back to the Hawks with the game tied at 58 with 76 seconds to go in this ball game. Could we be headed to overtime? Boy, I sure hope not. Men will follow after this one, about 25-minute break in between games. So we'll take a chance to take a little breather and get a word with Coach Brett Benson. Here's Coker with it out on the left. She's caught in a double team. Looks to get rid of it. Thrown away, stolen by Roberts. And to get Barnett for the steal. Or the foul, that is. So Barnett's going to foul Roberts out of the steal. Coker got caught in a double team and just kind of threw it up for grabs. And Barnett couldn't get to it. So Barnett's going to pick up foul number 4. But more important, it's going to put Roberts at the line to shoot 1 and 1. No, it should be just 14 fouls on Chowan. So it should be no free throws coming here. It's only 14 fouls. So it should be a shot here. Should be a possession here for the Bobcats, and that's what it will be. So they'll inbounds with 60 seconds exactly left here in the barrel. Tied at 58 apiece. Lees McRae trying to beat Chowan for the second time this season. This is just the second time these two teams ever faced in women's basketball. Johnson, pull-up jumper, 15 feet. She got fouled on the play by Henderson. And it ball rolled around the rim and hung on the front of that rim for the seemed like 10 seconds before it fell off. So here's Johnson to the line to try to break the tie at 58 apiece. Kayla Henderson out of the lineup. Brianna Copeland back in for Chowan. 51.4 seconds is where the clock is stalled to go in this one. Johnson's got 20 in the second half. She's got 2 free throws coming here on Chowan's 15 foul. And Johnson's free throw is good to give the Bobcats a 59-58 lead. Johnson takes her time. 3 dribbles. Arches it up. And got it again. 29 there for Johnson. And Coach LaToya Jones wants a timeout with 51.4 seconds left in this one. Chowan trailing here 60-58. Now they're going to stretch it out to a full timeout. We'll keep it here. Hopes comes in colors, folks, and we'll see that on Tuesday night. We have our 11th annual Play for K Cancer Awareness basketball games here at Chowan on Tuesday night. Chowan plays host to Limestone. Was a chance to come out and take part of an event that raises money for cancer awareness. It was started by KAI, former NC State coach, many, many years ago. That's part of the Jimmy V Foundation, but Chowan has done a little something different. It's always been pink that you would wear, kind of in the remembrance of breast cancer. But Meredith Long, who heads up this event for Chowan, the senior athletic director, deputy athletic director here at Chowan, and the senior women's administrator, came up with an idea to go Hope Comes in All Colors 2 years ago. And what it is, you pick out the colors that matches the cancer that affected you or your family members or any friends that you have, and that's the color you're instructed to wear here on Tuesday night. Here's the big deal, folks. You wear one of those colors, you get in free. They're going to give away pizza, so you can come watch basketball, participate in the Play for K Cancer Awareness deal, and get free pizza and watch basketball. And I tell you, they're going to do face painting. There'll be a lot of giveaways. the survival walk is just an emotional event to be around anyway. So that comes up Tuesday night, Chowan home against Limestone for that one. Here's Coco right front. Mariah backing it back up. Chowan down 2 with 44 seconds left. Here's Coco going baseline. The runner is no good. Rebounded by Robinson. Robinson looked like she traveled with it. We got a foul underneath. Let's see what this foul is going to be on. It's going to be on the Bobcats. Let's see. I believe it is. Whistle's going to be go against Jessica Henderson. Boy, that was fortunate opportunity here for Chowan because Robinson appeared to walk with it after Coca missed a short runner. Here's Robinson to shoot 2 free throws. Chowan down 2. Robinson's first free throw is good. 60-59 Bobcats with 36.77 seconds to go in this one. Here's Destiny's second free throw, and this was no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Chowan got to defend. And why do you foul in the backcourt here when you defend down 1? That foul's going to be whistled on Destiny Robinson, I believe. And you're going to put Johnson at the line as well? Oh, what are you thinking about there? Wow. Fouls on Robinson's going to be her third. Here's Johnson back to try to push the lead even further here for Lees McRae. They lead by 1. Johnson's been the story here. She's got 30 now. She'll have a second one coming. 61-59 Bobcats. Make it 62-59. 31 for Johnson. 24 in the second half. Here's Coco right front with it. Chowan down 3. They got to go and go quickly. Here's Coco trying to get loose out front. She's the best three-point shooter Chowan has, and she still got it over in the corner. Now back out front to Copeland with 15 to shoot, 17 seconds to play. Copeland for 3 for the tie, and she got it! Copeland straight on for the tie, and with 13.1 seconds to go, we're tied at 62, and Lees McRae gets a timeout. They'll have it at half court. You can see Chowan wanted Coco to take the shot, but he couldn't get it loose. She got it to Brianna Copeland, and she nails it beyond the arc straight on. So we're tied at 62 apiece. These two teams have shot nearly identical. Chowan 43.5%. Lees McRae 42.2%. You got to think Johnson will be the shooter here for Lees McRae. Why wouldn't she be? She's got 24 in the second half, and she's been a tough matchup for the Hawks. Really tough matchup for Chowan here this afternoon. Ball will be inbounded to half court. Chowan comes back on the floor with Copeland, Coker, Gaither, Robinson, and Barnett. Inbounds, it comes to Smith. Smith pressured by Copeland up front. 8 seconds to shoot. Coker's got the assignment here on Johnson. Here's Smith to the rack. Pulls up the dribble, blocked away by Robinson, recovered by Gaither, and will go to overtime. 62 apiece. We'll play extra minutes here from Chowan. That's the way it should be when you're doing a job trying to get to the playoffs here. And what a great defensive effort that time by Coker and Robinson. And Coker just denied Johnson from getting the basketball. We'll take a break, come back and start the overtime session here at Chowan. 62 apiece between Lees McRae and the Chowan ladies.
Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, my love, he makes me feel like nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself. One, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling cause he's drunk and alone. Two, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again.
Well, extra 5 minutes in front of us here as we'll play to see who advances here, keeps their hopes alive here. Chowan's going to win the opening tip to start this extra overtime session. Here's Monique Jones at the high post inside to Robinson. She'll back inside and score, but she knocked Roberts to the deck in doing so. Malika Myers to the deck in doing so, and Destiny Roberts just picked up her 4th foul. Johnson, Schuff, Myers all with 4 fouls for Lees McRae. Jones, Barnett, and Robinson now with 4 fouls for Chowan. That's the first team foul in the overtime session. Here's Chowan going to pressure in the backcourt. Smith having trouble getting in front court. Finally gets it to Roberts. Roberts working against pressure from Gaither. Here's a timeout here for the Lees McRae head coach, Keith Jennings. Saw his team was in trouble with the basketball and got the timeout to save the possession. We have a 30-second timeout here. 62 apiece. Win overtime here at Chowan this afternoon. I think it's the first overtime game we've had at home for either team this season, men or women. Chowan led by Coker with 28, which ties her career high. Career high for Destiny Johnson to lead the way for the Bobcats. She has 31. Her previous career high was 24. Boy, she has been brilliant here in the second half, as Johnson. 24 of her 31 have been here in the second half. She has been outstanding. Yeah, she was a leading scorer coming in. She didn't play much in the first half due to foul trouble, but she has been splendid here in the second half. She's playing with 4 fouls as well. Barton is leading Southern Wesleyan 66-38 up at Wilson with 2:24 to go in the third quarter. Johnson forces up a 3, no good. Robinson high for the rebound for the Hawks. Johnson finally misses a shot here. Mount Olive leads North Greenville in the third, 36-28. Emmanuel leads Converse with 1:10 to go in the third, 55-51. No score from King and Limestone as Chowan turns it over inside for their 28 turnover of the day. 16 of those are coming in the second half. That's been Chowan's bugaboo today. Also coming up tonight, Erskine and Belmont Abbey, which will be of interest to the winner of this game. Here's Johnson with it out front, draws the defense from Copeland. She went right, now started back left, gets it over to Henderson on the near side. Morgan gets pressure from Coker. Back out to Myers, in the corner to Smith with 3 to shoot. Smith wheels around Robertson and scores just to beat the shot clock. 12 points now for Michaela Smith, and she's given the lead in overtime to the Lees McRae Bobcats. Copeland, who had the big shot to send it to overtime, gets it away to Jones. Inside to Robinson. Robinson turns over Myers and scores. Destiny Robinson got that shooter's roll. She's got 9 on the day. Does the young lady from out of Hampton, Virginia. And she has tied this game at 64 apiece. Here's Henderson to the rack. Can't score for the Bobcats. She got a little bit too far underneath. Couldn't get it up. Rebounded by Jones off to Coker. Here's Mariah, the runner in the lane. No good. Rebounded by Johnson for Lees McRae. Boy, Chowan had a chance to take the lead back, but Coker couldn't hit the short runner. Coker hung on 28, which is her career high. Here's Myers all alone underneath as Bobcats break the press. Myers with 4 now. And both are coming the same way on the layup off the break. 66-64, 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. Bobcats with the lead. Robinson working inside against Myers. Short jumper is good. She got fouled on the play. Robinson kind of lost it, picked it up, forced it up, and drew the foul. Foul's going to be whistled underneath on Aurora Roberts, I believe. It's going to be Roberts' 3rd. Here's Kayla Henderson in for Gaither for Chowan. Also coming out of the lineup is going to be Henderson for the Bobcats. And Robinson can't complete the old-fashioned three-point play. So we're tied at 66. And Johnson loses the basketball, but fortunately for her, Myers is there to recover. And we got a jump ball, and it belongs to the Bobcats. As Johnson and Roberts were tied up. Boy, that was a fortunate break for the Bobcats. Here's Amari Hinton, who hadn't played much here in the second half, in the lineup for Robinson. $66 apiece in overtime here for the women's game. Robinson well out behind the arc. She works between the rings and gets pressure from Henderson. They're trying to clear it out for Robinson to work against Kayla. Now Johnson pulls up the 3 ball. It's short. Long rebound comes off to Coker. Mariah moving front court. Kicks it away to Kayla Henderson. Now to Mari Hinton. Near side it comes to Coker. Chowan didn't have the number. Copeland jumper just inside the arc and misses badly. And Johnson tried to save it. Threw it off the leg of Jones. And it'll belong to the Bobcats. That's a great effort by Destiny Johnson underneath to save it. She went to the deck, falling down, and threw it off the leg of Monique Jones to save the possession here for Lees McRae. 66 still is what we're tied at. And the clock shows 1:39 to go in overtime. Roberts with it out on the left. It banks it inside to Smith. She'll force it up over the double team. No good. Rebound by Monique Jones. Off to Coker, and Coker let traffic clear, and she'll move it front court. Will the senior from Portsmouth, Virginia. Off to Henderson, inside to Hinton. Henderson moving inside, and she's going to be fouled on the play by Malika Myers, who has just fouled out. So Malika Myers will foul out. And that is the 4th time she has fouled out this season. She'll end the day with 4 points as Ariana Lazara will come in to replace her with 81 seconds left in overtime. Here's Amari Hinton in the line trying to break this 66 all tie. And she does on the first. Freshman from out of Long Island, New York, played at St. Francis Academy. Came in today averaging 1.5 points per game. May have just made the 2 biggest free throws of her career here at Chowan. Chowan's got a 68-66 lead in OT. Here's inside it comes Lazar. She'll force it up off the glass and got it. Larinaga's got her first bucket, and that'll tie it up at 68 apiece. Coco working out front, works off a pick from Jones, hands it away to Copeland. Copeland working on the dribble, comes to the middle of the floor. Now she gets caught carrying with it. Turnover gives it back to the Bobcats. 54.9 seconds to go. Here's Dee Dee Bland getting ready to come in the lineup for Chowan. She'll replace Copeland, I believe. No, she'll replace Copeland. Henderson came running off the floor, but it's going to be Copeland. Chowan with 29 turnovers on the day. Boys, this has been damaging for their chances here. 68 apiece. Here's the ball lost away, stolen by Bland. She'll go to the deck and try to save it. We'll get a jump ball, and it belongs to Chowan. It's working with the basketball here to the near side for the Bobcats. Was Holloman as she lost it. Correction, that's not Holloman, that is Brianna Wright. Chowan gets the benefit of the alternating possession. As Bland looking to get it in, gets it into Kayla Henderson. Henderson working front court against Johnson, who has just fouled out. Johnson with a foul in the backcourt, 70 feet away from the basket. And she has just fouled out. And doesn't make Keith Jennings happy at all. So he's having a little word with the official coming to the near side. Johnson will foul out with 41 seconds left to go in overtime. That's going to get Kayla Henderson at the line to try to break this tie of 68. Coming in the lineup for Johnson's going to be Campbell. So Johnson's going to foul out for the first time this season. She'll end today with 31 points. Boy, she had a terrific day. Henderson's free throw is good. Chowan on the season as a team is the 10 out of 12 teams in free throw percentage. 63.9%. And Henderson makes both. Kayla had hit 60% of her chances. As Destiny Robinson back in the lineup replacing Monique Jones, and Chowan's got the lead now at 70-68 with 39 seconds to go here in overtime. Here's Wright with it. Gets it over to Smith across the timeline. Big defensive possession here for Chowan. Let's see where the Bobcats go here. Now with Johnson on the bench with 4 fouls. Back out to Smith. Smith trying to go inside. Lost the basketball. Stolen away by Coker. Nice job by Kayla Henderson to get a hand on it. That's 13 turnovers here. Coker across the timeline to Bland with 15 seconds. Back to Coker. Coker now over to Henderson. Back over to Coker. Now to Bland. Far side it goes to Henderson. Hawks doing a good way with keep away. And we finally get a foul on the near side on Aurora Roberts. That was a huge steal by Coker and Henderson just moments ago. And Bland's going to go to the line to try to increase Chowan's lead. If she can make both here, it'll make it tough on the Bobcats down with 9 seconds to go. So here's Bland at the line. She has not scored a single point today. And rims it out. So the Bobcats still got a chance here. Trailing by 2 with 9.1 seconds to go. Bland's second free throw is good. And Keith Jennings wants a timeout because he'll get it at half court, but he's teamed down 3 after Bland scored her only point of the day on the free throw. Here's what Keith Jennings has got to do. Who to get it to now? And Destiny Johnson's out of the lineup. His team down 3 with 9.1 seconds to go in our first overtime session. Hopefully we'll have just one. If you Chowan, do you elect to foul here? I'm not sure what's going down at the scorer's table, but every time out, the assistant for Lee's McRae comes to the scorer's table. And she's talking with the official scorer. I'm not sure what this is all about. Spent a lot of time in between the end of regulation and overtime talking about, I'm not sure they're talking about score or fouls, but if you Chowan, what you don't want to give up here is a 3. And make sure you don't foul. If you're going to foul out of the perimeter prior to the shot. Okay, Bobcats will inbounds at half court. 9.1 seconds to go. Down 3. Basketball coming near side with it. It's going to be Shuff. Shuff threw it by Campbell. She went out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to Chowan with 1.3 seconds to go. Can the Hawks survive here? And now Chowan wants to call a timeout. If I'm LaToya Jones, I'm going to throw it in the front court, but make sure somebody touches it. So the turnover, 2 back-to-back turnovers here by the Bobcats down the stretch. It's kind of interesting. We talked turnovers with LaToya Jones in this prior to this game in our pregame show about how good the Bobcats were at forcing turnovers. They lead the league at 19.6. Chowan's turned it over 30 times today in this one. Chowan ball at the half court. They lead by 3 with 1.3 seconds to go in overtime. As we're waiting for the clock to get squared away to set it up here. Now we're set to go. Bland to trigger the inbounds. They get it into Robinson, does the Hawks. And Robinson going to dribble out the time, and Chowan will survive here. 71-68 in overtime. The Hawks remain in contention for the 8th spot in the league for the chance to play in the conference tournament, and should end Lee's McRae's opportunities. We'll take a brief timeout, come back and wrap this one up, and then get you ready for the men's game that follows here in about 25 minutes. Back for more after this one as the Hawks win it here, 71-68 in overtime.
Last time I saw you say what's up and push right through. Then I tried to catch you, but we're always on the move. Now it's sober, symptoms of the culture, and the night ain't getting younger. That's cars around the corner, feeling kinda tilted, and I'm pouring out the truth. Just fading out these talkers, 'cause now all I want is you and saying,
Chowan ladies win our opener in exciting fashion in overtime. 71-68. Brianna Copeland's three-pointer with 13 seconds left. Got it to overtime. The Hawks sealed the deal, I should say, despite 30 turnovers in this one today as they win it 71-68. So the Hawks remain in contention for that 8th spot here to go with a chance to go to into the conference tournament next week. Let's give you the final numbers for this one. Chowan shoots 44% from the field and 22 of 50 shooting, 9 of 22 beyond the arc, led by Mariah Coker, who was 7 of 8 behind the arc here this afternoon. For the visitors from Matabaniel, Lee's McRae, 22 of 53, 8 of 18 beyond the arc. on the boards. Chowan had a decisive advantage of 41-25. Turnover department, unfortunately, Chowan had the edge. 30 turnovers to 22 for Lees McRae. Chowan gave up 27 points out of those 30 turnovers. Chowan led today by Mariah Coker, who tied her career high with 28 here this afternoon. 11 points here for Destiny Robinson, also 7 for Brianna Copeland, including that big three, probably the biggest shot of her career. Destiny Johnson, before final night in overtime, led the way with a career-high 31 points, 24 coming in the second half, 12 for Michaela Smith here this afternoon. For the visitors from Lees McRae girls fall to 5-16 in league play and 8-21, and they'll head down to Emmanuel on Tuesday to close out their regular season. Chowan goes to 6-19 and 6-15. Get ready for Limestone coming here on Tuesday night with a chance to clinch a spot to go to the conference tournament. That'll wrap up this first one for us. Chowan ladies win 71-68. We'll take about a 20-minute break, come back and bring you the start of the boys game after this short timeout. 71-68, Chowan wins in overtime. We'll see you in about 20 minutes here on Go.